All right, for our second topic here for the Rifter number 24, we're going to just read through the Q&A. And I really wish I could remember what was in there. I promise you I read it, but I don't remember what's in the Q&A. There aren't going to be a lot of questions because, like I said, we're going to skip the Yinsloth part of it because Palladium's coming out. They've already come out with one new Yinsloth book, and the other one's coming out very soon, as far as I remember. Maybe they're both out. Oh, whatever. But the new stuff is done. So the stuff from 22 years ago, I'm just not going to dive into that right now because, they've already covered that. But let's go see what kind of crazy questions people had for Palladium this time around in 2003. Because Heathen Dog and I love these questions so much.
Every single one of these questions is just on point. It's insightful, and it's not obvious at all.
I don't remember any that stuck out to me that I was like, oh, God, I can't wait to get to that one, honestly. In fact, I think the reason I forgot
you couldn't remember what it's about, so we're not taking your word on this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the questions, none of them stuck with me. So, all right. Will we ever print proper OCC descriptions for the following OCCs? The Alchemist, the Runesmith, and the Biowizard? No, they're supposed to be NPCs. Moving on.
That's easy enough. Yes, all of those OCCs are meant to be NPCs because all of their core powers or proclivities are considered what's the word? Oh, evil. Yeah. Evil. So no.
Where are the experience charts in Shadow of Light? Darkslayer, same as Vampires, Nightbane. Strigoi, same as Master Vampires, see Nightbane. All other PCCs should use the Master Psychics from Nightbane Sourcebook 1 Between the Shadows.
Okay. That was easy.
Now, I did not like that. Okay, this one I do remember. I don't like the answer, but it comes with a caveat. Could a Rift Zapper? Didn't we cover the Zapper? We covered the Zapper.
Yeah.
That's in one of the earlier ones.
Yeah, no. I think you glossed over it because it was kind of
No, it was
dumb.
the Squirter or whatever it was called.
Oh, the Squirter. That's right, Squirtle. Yeah, you glossed over Squirtle.
The Zapper is a type of burster that uses electricity instead
of fire. Yeah.
So could a Rift Zapper or anyone with electrical discharge powers recharge electrical devices with their powers? Especially the Zapper, could they do it with their ISP? No. The Zapper cannot recharge devices using their ISP, but a trained operator engineer could build a recharging device to take the character's electrical output and store it, or use it to power different objects. So yes, he can. like this was my problem with it. Okay, the better answer, and I know that I'm being pedantic when I say this, but I also know gamers. The better answer would have been not directly, indirectly, yes, through a charging device.
Yeah, I would say that they cannot regulate, fine-tune enough to not damage it when they're trying to recharge it. That's easy enough to say.
The simple way is just like you can't recharge alkaline batteries, but you can recharge, nickel cadmium or lithium or whatever the hell they're using nowadays, but through the charger, right? So I just think that, to me, I just thought that the answer could have been done directly, no, indirectly through a charging device, even though that's what it says. But it's just, I know how gamers act. All right. With the telekinetic acceleration attack psionic power, what damage would it do in Palladium Fantasy or Heroes Unlimited? Okay, the attack will deal at 5d6 SDC for 10 ISP and 1d6 times 10 SDC if 20 ISP is expended. What's the averages on those? 5d6, so that's 3.5. Okay, so 7, 14, 17 and a half versus 35. You can't roll 35, I get it, but okay. So yeah, that makes sense. That math works for me. I noticed in After the Bomb, there are no automatic skills assigned to the characters. I know, dude. Change it. Just do it. Does this mean that they have no native language skill? That's correct. Unless they choose a language, the character will not be able to speak coherently and make themselves understood by others, except maybe through gestures. After the Bomb suffers from, if you're used to playing Heroes Unlimited, especially with that PhD role, you are going to hate After the Bomb. After the Bomb, it's my game. I love it. I love After the Bomb. But barring some really good roles and taking the apprenticeships, and that's only if you get the roles to be able to take the apprenticeships, your skill levels are at like 30%, and you have 4 skills. It's not fun. So even with the feral character, I allow him to have a couple more skills. So
Language being one of them.
yes,
I mean, come on. Reading and writing, that's debatable. I could see not being able to read, especially feral, but being able to talk to the other characters, that's got to happen. It's got to happen. No, I don't want all that crap on my table. I don't need that. I don't need that.
And you know some player's going to want to do that. Oh, this would be so awesome. No, it will not.
No, it'll just be so damn annoying. Is what it's going to be.
It'll be awesome the first time you do it. Every time after, like even starting with time number 2.
Yep.
Okay, I've just bought the 3 Galaxies book, and it makes mention of both Gantrium, I want to zoom in a little bit there, and Xanthine. What are these materials? Well, Gantrium is, did I say that right? Yeah, Gantrium is a magical conductive medical, and Xanthine is a semi-precious stone, which is magically conductive. So one's a metal, one's a rock. Got it. Gantrium is mentioned under the Rings of Eldir in the Coalition Wars, Siege on Tolkien series, and both materials and their properties are explained in detail in the Northern Hinterland books for Palladium Fantasy. So 3 Galaxies, that's a Phase World thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you need the Rift's Core book, you need your Phase World book, and now you got to go get a Palladium Fantasy book.
Yep. I don't like this at all. I don't like this. Everyone knows I hate when trying to explain something in one book by saying, oh, you have to go to this other book. I hate that.
Me too.
You're just telling us to go to 3 different books. Stop it.
Now, let's be fair. We know Kevin well enough to know that's not a money grab. But it certainly feels like one.
Yeah. From the outside, it looks very much like a money grab.
How does artifact armor work in Nightbane? I mean, if a Warhammer has artifact armor, is it separate? Is it a separate suit or what?
What?
When a power is activated, the armor will automatically form around the character wielding the weapon.
Yep. It's not armor for the artifact. It gives armor to the wielder.
That
seems obvious. I remember reading that, and I'm like, oh, it's obvious. Like, okay.
Now, before I go to the answer for this next question, I want you all to erase everything you know about Palladium. In fact, erase everything you know about role-playing games in general. You've literally just picked up your first role-playing game ever because somebody said it would be fun or you like the cover of the book. And now you are trying to learn how to play the game. Okay? I can't find anywhere in the rule books on how to use skills. I know there's percentile dice roll to be made, but do you roll under your skill level to pass? And is anything over a failure? No, this is not a bad question.
Trouble with this. I know. No, I'm having trouble with this because it actually does say whether you have to roll over, under, or equal. It actually does say that.
Can you find the page for me, please?
I have to pull up. Okay.
Wait.
Which book is he talking about? Is he talking about a specific book?
You know, that's a good. I don't know. Here's actually I don't need you to find the page. The concept is this: if it does, well, then I have a problem with this. Okay, that just means somebody didn't read the book. If it doesn't, and I only picked up one book and I didn't see it there. To be fair, I skimmed where I thought it would be. I didn't read every single page, and we know that Palladium can sometimes have a layout problem where it's it's like in the equipment section somewhere or something crazy like that.
That's
right?
Fair. That's fair.
Before I go to the answer here, because you all know the answer already. The reason why I actually like this question is because the first role-playing game that I ever picked up that I tried to learn on my own, because remember, I'd played Dungeons and Dragons, was actually Star Trek from FASA. But Max, you never talk about that. Right, because I couldn't figure out how to play it because I didn't really know what a role-playing game was then. I was 9 or 10 years old. My real dad still had custody of me at that point on the weekend, so we wanted to do something, and I like Star Trek, so we just picked it up. We couldn't figure it out. I was too young. Of course, I didn't have access to the books, and he was too drunk. So I
bad combination.
That's a really bad combination. So I can understand having questions like this. Now, of course, Here's the answer. That is essentially correct. Bonuses or penalties may be applied to the skill roll by the game master, illnesses, injury, etc. But other than that, the character must roll his current skill level or lower. Skills increase with each level experience. Likewise, game masters may use the value of the die result to determine how much of a success or failure the attempt was. Rift of 14 is a thorough column that focuses on skills and a range of optional skills penalties. Of course, one roll skills against his skill whenever he's using it. That makes total sense. I get that. But if it's not written in a book and you're a first-time person, Heendog, what is it you say about riffs as when somebody should play it?
I'm sorry, what?
You have a saying that you have for riffs about when somebody should play it.
Oh yeah, riffs should not be your first game.
Right.
Yeah, it should not be your first game.
It's
too expansive.
Anybody that has played role-playing games before will know the answer to this question, but somebody who's brand new, and this question should be an eye-opener for anybody who's writing his own game. Put the simplistic crap in there. Unless you're just writing it for yourself, put this stuff in there. Assume the person has never touched a book or a game like this before. Or at least give an example, right?
Sure.
All right. Can you link up the ATL-7 anti-tank laser to a nuclear power plant? Can you also convert what? Can you also convert other weapons to fire linked to a nuclear power supply? Can you also convert other weapons to fire linked to a nuclear power supply? Okay. No, the energy drain caused by the ATL-7 is too powerful and the weapons would not be able to draw enough power to fire. Other weapons can be converted to be powered off nuclear power plants, but generally they cannot be powered by standard cyborg nuclear battery. What the hell is an ATL-7?
Well, they're talking about cyborg, so maybe it's a full conversion Borg type thing or something like that. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't know what book that's from.
Fair enough. Let's move on. We got a lot to do.
But it's an anti-tank laser. It sounds big.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it can't be. Can you? Can you fire link to? Okay, can fire link to a nuclear power supply? I guess I was thinking like like the static one that's sitting over there, the 7 Mile or 3 Mile Island, things like that. Okay, if it's from the Borg himself, okay, that's a different story. I was just picturing that wrong. Can you create a Techno-Wizard battery to power normal electrical devices? If so, can they be reversed to convert electricity to PPE? Yes, you could create a Techno-Wizard battery or a Mystic generator, which can be used to generate electricity from PPE. However, you cannot reverse the process to convert electricity to PPE. Otherwise, they'd just be plugging themselves into walls. Yeah. Yeah. It's like what was that when Bender became hooked on electricity? Bender, are you jacking on in there? Come on, that was an awesome line. Okay. Does petrified wood have the same effect on vampires as regular wood? Italicized, so I'm going to scream it. No! Petrified wood has been turned to stone and does not have the same effect as normal wood on vampires.
I am no longer shocked at how many people don't understand what petrified means. I'm no longer shocked.
It's just hard, right?
No,
it's mineral. It's literally mineralized.
Yeah. All of what was there is gone, and in its place is rock. That's it. That's what it is. It's just in the same shape. That's it.
When selecting equipment and weapons for a character, and it gives a choice of any... Oh, that's right. This one. Okay. Weapon or vehicle. Is that really true? Equipment is restricted to that commonly available to the area where the character is located and or where the character was raised and brought up. For example, weapons, magic, or items from South America, Atlantis, or Europe would not be available in North America and vice versa. Yes, there are imports, but they are rare and hard to get and definitely not available to a character just starting off. This was a player. Well, this is either a game master without balls and needed Kevin to tell him what's up, or it was a player trying to pull a fast one on his game master. Either way, this was a dumb question because it was somebody trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes. When creating a magic weapon with the enchant weapon spell from the Rift's Book of Magic, can a wizard instill other spells to give the weapon other powers? No. Cannot put on other powers into the weapon. The spell creates a basic enchantment only. Doesn't it say that in the ability? I don't have that memorized, but I thought it said that in the description of the ability.
No, they cannot put another powers weapon. The spell creates a yeah. It's it creates a template, and you use the other spells you want it to have on it after the enchantment template is made. It's very much like AD&D, where if you want to enchant a weapon, you have to prepare it and then do it. And even with psionic weapons, you have to prepare it, put the powers in, and then seal it using the make psionic weapon power. I forget what it's called.
Okay, and then the rest of these questions, a lot of them are from the Yin-Sloth jungles. Remember, there are new Yin-Sloth jungles out in 2024. I think the first one came out in 2025 for the second one. So I'm not going to read all of these. Notice it's just a lot of skills and explanations. I'm still scrolling. There we go. So no, not going to cover that. What we are going to cover is not that as well. Is going to be in the next video. We're going to cover media and entertainment in the Rifts world. And I just want to tell you, it's not one you want to skip. If you're a Rifts player or a Rifts game master, I think it is a really good one for you, which is why I really decided on, well, I said really a lot there, is why I decided on covering that, because I felt that adding that kind of life to your world is important. But before we do that, I start a couple things. I don't know if you started anything else there for the chat. Okay, cool.
Let's see here. First we have Per saying, I like that you're covering Rifters and you're giving your always honest opinions about them.
I lie. I don't know what you're talking about. I hate the Rifters. I think they'll suck. I'm kidding.
I agree.
I'm kidding.
Damon X247 says, in other words, start the game in Michigan where everyone has access to Northern gun gear.
I LOL'd at that one. I had to.
Okay.
That was good. That was good. Yes. But isn't Northern? I thought Northern Gun was. Well, I guess it is
Manistee.
UP, right? Yeah, it's UP.
Yeah. Polyrobotics says ATL-7 anti-tank lasers from South America 2, and it does 3d6 times 10 mega damage. Okay, cool. I like it.
And then Violence Sells Everything over on Rumble said, Rifts should not be your first Palladium game, regardless of prior experience with other systems. he's a Palladium fantasy guy, so. Yeah.
Okay, now in the Rifts Ultimate Edition, while he was doing that, I was reading. Now I may have missed it, but I probably didn't. It does not explicitly say higher or lower. But if you read bonuses and penalties, you should be able to understand.
Yeah. Well, also, if it says you have a 75% chance of doing something, that wouldn't mean you roll a 26 or whatever, or 76 or higher to do it. I mean, there's a lot of implicit in there. 100%.
Well, yeah, but it gets a little more solid when you're talking about bonuses and penalties, which it does go into. Penalties make the percentage go down. Bonuses make the percentage go up. So if bonuses are good, because we're working with English here, and penalties are bad, then now you know whether it's up or down. But you are right. In the Ultimate book, at least, it does not explicitly say it.
Now, that might be one of those things that a lot of people will roll their eyes at. As somebody who was a technical writer for quite a few years, I will tell you that you can roll your eyes all you want. That is something that you have to put.
That is basic. That is basic right there. That should be in there. And it should be highlighted, italics, bold, underlined. It should be front and center.
Yeah. So
I agree.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a fail, like on Kevin's part or whatever, because again, most people come to Palladium after they already have an understanding of how games run. And it can be an oversight. I'd actually call it that more of an oversight of whoever the editor was of that book. Don't look it up. Don't care. But you get the idea. Always, and I'm going to say this bluntly, always assume that you're writing for the dumbest person out there.
Yep.
That is if you want a lot of sales.
Yep.
All right. So with that, the next one is going to be a little longer. So let's end this thing here soon. Where's my my subscribe thing? That's the quick Q&A. Did you learn something from that? Anything that you really wanted to know that, we scratched that itch, or did you think all those questions were dumb? I thought a couple were good. Thought a couple were eh. I like these Q&As because, as I've found out, if it's in a Q&A, chances are one of you folks out there have the same question, even if I find them silly. Don't be so judgmental. No, I won't stop being judgmental. I love it. More of it. I bathe in judgment. And with that, please like, subscribe, and share for more judgment. And I'll talk to you guys next time. I forgot I got that